There was a time when Fousey wasn't just popular, he was everywhere. Trending tabs, collaborations, vlogs with millions of views. If you were on YouTube in the mid-2010s, you didn't have to search for Fousey. The algorithm brought him to you. So the question isn't, why did people stop liking Fousey? It's something more interesting. How does someone with that much attention slowly lose it, without a single definitive ending? To understand the fall, you have to understand the era. Early YouTube rewarded personality more than precision. Raw emotion beat perfect editing. Being loud, vulnerable, and human worked. And Fousey fit that era perfectly. He wasn't trying to be mysterious. He wasn't trying to be calculated. He was just present. People didn't subscribe for production quality. They subscribed for energy. And Fousey had a lot of it. What made Fousey work wasn't just humor or pranks. It was relatability. He talked openly about insecurity, about rejection, about wanting more from life. For a young audience, that mattered. He wasn't positioning himself as someone above his viewers, he was positioning himself with them. And when relatability becomes your brand, your
Clippers.
audience doesn't just watch you, they emotionally invest in you. As his channel grew, something shifted. Motivation became the focus. Speeches, mantras, big declarations about purpose and destiny. At first, it worked, because motivation is powerful when it feels earned. But there's a risk when motivation becomes your main identity. The moment people feel like the words are louder than the actions, trust starts to thin. Not instantly, gradually. Fousey didn't just create content, he lived publicly. High points were public, struggles were public, plans, emotions, frustrations, all public. And transparency can be powerful, but the internet isn't built for emotional pacing. Audiences don't experience your life gradually, they experience it in clips. So when emotions fluctuate, the audience perceives instability, even when the person is just human. One of the biggest turning points wasn't a scandal, it was inconsistency. Big announcements followed by silence. Comebacks teased, then delayed. Momentum lost, regained, then lost again. And on YouTube, consistency isn't optional. It's the difference between relevance and memory. The longer the gaps became, the harder it was for audiences to emotionally reattach. Here's an uncomfortable truth about the internet. Audiences are sympathetic, but only up to a point. When viewers feel like they're being emotionally whiplashed, they stop reacting. Not out of cruelty, out of fatigue. They don't unsubscribe dramatically, they just stop clicking. And silence is worse than criticism. While Fousey struggled, YouTube evolved. Content became tighter. Creators became more consistent. Audiences became more selective. YouTube doesn't pause for personal growth arcs. If you step away too long, someone else fills the space. Not because you're replaceable as a person, but because attention always goes somewhere. At his peak, Fousey symbolized belief. Later, the symbol became uncertainty. Viewers didn't know what to expect, and unpredictability kills long-term engagement. Not because people dislike chaos, but because they don't build routines around it.